According to the criminal complaint, the first alleged sexual encounter occurred when the victim was 15 years old. Investigators believe Jensen and the teen had sexual contact at least 4 separate times. The victim told deputies that Jensen would message him on Snapchat when her husband was away, instructing him to come to her residence. To avoid detection, the teen would allegedly park in a field north of Jensen's home and enter through a door that avoided a Ring security camera on the property. The alleged abuse wasn't confined to Jensen's home. Court documents detail an incident from October 13 of this year at a Target store in Fond du Lac. The victim alleges Jensen kissed him inside the store before leaving. He claims she then followed him to a public hunting land parking lot near the Target where they allegedly engaged in sexual activity. According to the complaint, the encounter was interrupted when another person arrived to walk their dog. Investigators say they extracted data from the victim's cell phone, finding multiple messages. Documents cite a string of messages from October 25 where Jensen allegedly attempted to convince the victim to come to her house. The evidence also includes an explicit image the victim sent to Jensen, which she allegedly hearted or liked, with a reply too explicit to detail in this report. Armed with this evidence, deputies confronted Jensen about the allegations. According to the criminal complaint, Jensen initially denied having sexual contact with the boy. However, she did admit that the victim had sent her nude images. When investigators asked how she responded upon receiving explicit images from a minor, Jensen replied, "I don't know. I'd have to look back." Legal experts point out this is a highly unusual response. Most innocent people would immediately and clearly deny such serious allegations. Jensen also allegedly claimed she never shared any images sent to her with anyone else. During questioning, Jensen allegedly admitted to sending a selfie to the victim. When detectives asked if her breasts were exposed in the photo, she reportedly responded, "Yeah, I don't know." At that point, investigators determined they had sufficient evidence to arrest Jensen. However, the arrest didn't go smoothly. According to court documents, when told she was under arrest, Jensen responded, "I am not under arrest," and refused to stand up from the couch. Deputies say they had to physically grab her arm to place her in handcuffs. Jensen made her first court appearance this week, where she appeared to keep her head down throughout most of the proceeding. Her bond has been set at $200,000 cash. The conditions of her bond are strict: absolute sobriety, no contact with the victim, no social media usage, and no unsupervised contact with anyone under the age of 18. However, Jensen has filed a motion to modify one condition. She's requesting permission to have contact with her own children. Legal analysts say this type of request is often granted if there's no indication the defendant poses a threat to their own children, particularly because denying contact could be more harmful to the children themselves during an already traumatic situation. Jensen is scheduled to appear in court on November 17 for a hearing on this bond modification request, with a preliminary hearing set for November 21. Faith Lutheran School has terminated Jensen's employment. The school's principal released a statement reading, "Faith Lutheran School has terminated the employment of Stephanie Jensen upon formal charges being filed in court on Monday. The faculty, staff, and administration at Faith are committed to the safety and care of our students, staff, families, and community. We pray for all who were affected by these events as we continue to put our faith and trust in the Lord." The school is located in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, a quintessential Midwest town about an hour and 15 minutes north of Milwaukee. Legal experts note several concerning elements in this case. First, these allegations don't involve a single incident but rather an ongoing pattern of alleged misconduct spanning years. The crimes Jensen faces are strict liability offenses, meaning it doesn't matter whether she knew the victim was underage. If the victim was under 18, which is established, then the alleged conduct constitutes a crime regardless of the perpetrator's knowledge of the victim's age. However, establishing Jensen knew the victim's age through her work at his school and his age being listed on Snapchat could be an aggravating factor that impacts sentencing if there's a conviction. Regarding the child pornography charge, legal experts explain that merely receiving an unsolicited explicit image wouldn't constitute possession. However, hearting or liking such an image indicates the recipient wanted to receive it, which prosecutors will argue demonstrates intent and possession. Experts also point to a troubling societal double standard in these cases. When the alleged perpetrator is a woman and the victims are teenage boys, there's sometimes a tendency to minimize the severity. However, legal professionals stress this is deeply harmful, noting that such experiences can be traumatic and interfere with victims' ability to develop healthy relationships as adults. The investigation is ongoing. Authorities have not yet filed charges related to the allegations that Jensen sent explicit content to other teenage boys, though investigators are likely pursuing those leads. Jensen, who appeared to live a typical suburban life as a wife and mother of two, now faces charges that could result in significant prison time if convicted. She is presumed innocent until proven guilty. This case serves as a reminder that abuse can occur in any setting, and that protecting minors requires vigilance from all members of a community. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops through the court system. Court proceedings will resume next week with Jensen's bond modification hearing. That's our report for today. If you found this coverage informative, don't forget to like this video, share it with others who might be interested, and subscribe to our channel for more breaking news and in-depth coverage of important cases like this one. We want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about this case? How can communities better protect children from abuse? Your perspective matters, and we read every comment. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next update.